Hi and welcome to Dave Culinary. I'm Punita Dave and today we are going to make a syrup, a sugar syrup of three different kinds. One of them is called a simple syrup, the second one is called a rich syrup, and the third one I like to call it a thick syrup. So you can use the syrups in baking and making your mocktails and cocktails. So they have multiple applications. So let's get started with making our sugar syrups. So for the three types of syrups, the ingredients are the same: 1 cup sugar and water and 2 to 4 drops of lime juice. But it's the quantity of water that is different. So for the simple syrup, we have 1 cup sugar and 1 cup water and a few drops of lime juice. Those are the ingredients. You don't need anything else. All you have to do is warm up the water and add sugar to it, melt the sugar, add a few drops of lime juice, and we are done. So I've heated up a pan here, and to that I added the water. Let the water come to steam. You don't have to boil it. And then we'll add our sugar. That's 1 cup of sugar. So 1 cup water, 1 cup sugar. This syrup is primarily used for making mocktails or lime juice or mojitos and Naragaritas. So all you have to do is dissolve the sugar, add a few drops of lime juice. The lime juice is going to keep the sugar from crystallizing again, so that's the reason for adding the lime juice. But that is pretty much it. Let it cool down for about 60 minutes and then fill it up in a syrup bottle and we are done. That's a simple syrup, primarily used in mocktails. If you make rasgullas, this is a good syrup for that as well. So that was our simple syrup. Let's now move on to making our rich syrup. So for this syrup, we have 1 cup of sugar, but only half a cup of water and a few drops of lime juice. Once again, lime juice keeps the syrup from crystallizing again. So that is pretty much it. So once again, we'll heat up the pan and add half a cup of water. When the water comes to a steam, we'll add 1 cup of sugar and dissolve the sugar. Now if you are making a one string syrup, which is if you hold the syrup between your index finger and thumb, it forms one string. This is a good starting point for that. Also in making mocktails, this is a really good syrup. So once again, multiple uses. Use it in desserts, in cakes, in mocktails. Cool it for 60 minutes and then fill it up in a syrup bottle. So that's our rich syrup. So that was our rich syrup. We are now going to make a thick syrup. So let's move on to making a thick syrup. For the thick syrup, we have 1 cup of sugar, but only 1/3 cup of water and a few drops of lime juice. All we have to do is dissolve the sugar in water and form a very thick syrup. So this is a good starting point for a sugar syrup where you need 2 strings. So when you hold a drop of the syrup between your index finger and thumb, it forms 2 strings. This is a good starting point for that. So we've heated up the pan and coated the pan with water. When the water comes to a steam, we'll add our 1 cup of sugar. So 1/3 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar. Let it dissolve. Once it dissolves, we are going to add a few drops of lime juice to keep the sugar from crystallizing again, and that is pretty much it. So let's dissolve the sugar. Once again, this is a really good syrup or a good starting point where you need a really thick syrup for making some really good dessert. So a very good starting point for those kinds of recipes. Cool it once again for about 60 minutes and then fill it up in a syrup bottle. So we use these syrups in the mocktails, in desserts, in Indian sweets. So those were the three kinds of sugar syrups. One of them was a simple syrup. The other one was a little bit richer with twice as much the sugar, and the third one was very thick with thrice as much the sugar. I use these types of syrups in my recipes, so I'm sharing this with you. Keep them handy if you follow my recipes, especially if you're making some mocktails or baking something. These syrups will come in really handy. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, don't forget to do that. Subscribe to us and like us if you like our recipes, and I'll see you in our next video. Till then, bye bye.